Hi people, welcome to Chess24X7 and you're encountering another blitz game. I'm playing with white pieces and I have played d4 and we have queen pawn opening with knight c6, but I can push for d5. And now I'll develop my piece knight c3 because I don't want to stay behind in development. And I can play e5 now, d6, and now I can play f4. Knight e to g4. I cannot take the knight on g4 because it's protected by the knight on f6, but I can play h2. This forces knight to go in the corner, and this is some kind of reverse Alekhine, I guess. And here I develop on the piece. And he wants to break up the pawn chain, but before that I would force him to exchange, and he has to go back to d7, I guess. And now I'll push forward. Although by this I am weakening my pawn and putting it and making it loose on e5. And if he exchanges queens, it would be good for me because then I can. Oh, so he declines my offer to exchange my queens, but now I'll play knight f3, develop my another piece. He can take my knight, or okay, he has taken my knight. Although this is a bad setup because my king is quite exposed and this bishop is pinned down, but I don't think so he can do anything. And he might want to castle on the queen side, but I won't give him the chance. And by this move my pawn on c2 gets protected. So I think he wants to place his bishop on g6 and will try to castle, but since I have this alignment, king in front of the queen, I would like to pin the queen by placing my rook on e-file. And maybe placing it over here. Knight to g8, very strange, but now I can play bishop f4, pinning the queen to the king, and now I'll play bishop to c4. Okay, but now he has created weakness in his king side. He has weakened the dark squares, and now I'll just make a small kind of waiting move because I don't want to place my bishop on h6 right now and would allow him to castle, and he does it. Now I'll place my bishop on h6 because now I'm attacking his rook, and basically I'm dividing the king to move. And if I can get rid of this knight, it would be game over. And he plays b5, but I can play rook takes f6. He takes my knight. Now I take the bishop, and the threat is of checkmate. And now there are two kinds of checkmate that I can give, but I'll give the shortest checkmate. So good game. Let's revert and see where I made any kind of mistake and where my opponent made any kind of mistake. d4, knight c6, d5, knight e5, knight c3, knight f6, e4, d6, f4, knight e2, d4, and now the knight on h6 is doing nothing. He is contributing nothing to the game. and he should have exchanged queens at this point. And this is quite strange. He should have done something else. He should have played it. He should have castled at this stage. And I don't see any reason to exchange your fianchet to bishop for a knight and weakening the dark squares. And I wanted him to castle, and then I wanted to place it on h6. The better move would have been to take with the pawn, and obviously my rook cannot break him, because if my opponent takes my rook, it's checkmate. So obviously he can go somewhere like this, but then I can again take the pawn, because the same thing, if my opponent takes the rook, it's, well, actually I cannot do that, because if I'll do that, my opponent can play rook to e. No, he cannot do that. I thought he'll play rook to e1 and that would be checkmate, but I can take the rook. But then he can take the rook and black would be much better. So, but this obviously did not happen in the game. After that he played queen h4 and queen to g7 was checkmate. Another checkmate I was referring over here was the back rank checkmate, and the only move is rook takes e8, and rook takes e8 is checkmate. This was another checkmate possible. Good game, 25 move long game, but I'm happy that I won this game. So yeah, that's it. This is the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in my next video. Till then, tada, goodbye, good day.